All right, so let's go inside the Grizzlies' 10-game win streak, starting 7 of those wins coming against teams that are 500 or better. So Ja has averaged almost 28 a game and is the youngest player in NBA history to average at least 25 in a 10-game win streak. And the Grizzlies, they have been dominant on the interior with an NBA best 62 paint points per game during the streak. And then during the Grizzlies' 10-game winning streak, Ja Morant is averaging 28 points per game. So we have to start the conversation with Mr. Carry-On himself because he's also the president of the Ja Morant fan club. When you are looking at this win streak, Perk, are you looking more at what Ja has done and crediting him, or is it the Grizzlies team as a whole?
I know y'all didn't think I was about to be humble, right?
What?
No,
Why
I
are you
wasn't. No,
standing up?
because I'm going to my camera. I need a close-up. I want it all in my face. All in my face.
Whoa,
Where is that at? Camera 1? Camera 2 right here? Here we go. Listen.
He ain't even got the lighting.
Can you please put them on more national televised games? I asked y'all there a month ago. And all of a sudden you see Magic Johnson and you see everybody talking about, oh, Ja, he's the most electrifying player out there in the league. Everybody wants to watch him. He's must-see TV. He's been that. He's been in the MVP conversation for the last month. And look, the team itself, it follows its leader. Ja Morant got swag. We saw what he said last week. I don't care if you 7-7. All of a sudden, we see Desmond Bain getting into it with LeBron James. Over the last month, he went toe-to-toe with LeBron James twice, smacked him up. He beat the Golden State Warriors twice, smacked them up. He was the best player on the floor against the Brooklyn Nets with James Harden and Kevin Durant. I don't know what else I got to say. Look, Malika, RJ, y'all can come on to the dark side. Come on to the dark side. Oh, come on to the dark side. Because I just remember J.J. Redick with all those
literally just went to the dark side. There ain't no light that was following you.
That's fine. They still can see me.
Okay, so watch this really quick, Perk. You can stay right here, and can we get a close-up? Oh, look at that! I got a close-up, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on?
Can you see the tape behind you?
Yeah, first of all, I 100% agree with Perk. Now, now, the question is more of like, is this about him or his team? The beautiful thing about great teams and really great cultures what the Memphis Grizzlies are building, they were winning a lot without Ja. That doesn't mean they're better without Ja. And then as soon as that man came back, they went on another run. Ja is their leader, but leaders can lead even when they're not playing. Leaders can be a part of the culture even when they're not playing. So I think this is a combination of Ja and his team and their culture moving in the same direction.
Well, Desmond Bain, for example, we were taking a look at his numbers.
Woo,
see him, right?
Oh, my God.
And
okay, Bain.
He has taken a huge jump this season. And if you listen to Ja Morant, he has tweeted, he has said, I'm sure Perk has seen it because Perk sees everything that's on Twitter. He has said, it's not just about me.
No.
Take a look at the entire team, Rich.
Yeah, everybody is grinding and working. I don't know what he's talking about. I see Zach Lowe ready to jump in here real quick. But the thing about Bain, and when you look at without Dillon Brooks, you need that next man up mentality. Dillon Brooks has been injured. You know, when he gets back and really is locked in and gets that rhythm, he's going to be special. But Bain has been I won't say filling in, but he has been stepping up in the opportunity that has been presented to him, and that just sounds like the Grizzlies themselves.
Well, if Perk is the captain of the Ja Morant, the Grizzlies wagon here, Zach, you have to at least be a lieutenant, right? So what do you see as the biggest the biggest takeaway from this streak that the Grizzlies are on?
Just how adaptable they are. Steven Adams, our starting center, goes out. That's fine. We'll start Triple J at center. Slow-mo, you come back in the starting lineup. We're cool. One of those Ja Morant buckets at the end that you guys showed came off a pick and roll with Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones has been playing the best ball of his life in the last month, closing games with Ja. And Ja Morant said, hey, you know what? You can cook a little bit. I'll be a threat off the ball. I'll get it once you swing it over to me. Jaren Jackson Jr. got in a little foul trouble last night, but him and Brandon Clark, for the second time in a week against a high-powered small ball offense. First it was the Lakers with Bron at center. Last night it's the Warriors going super small. They proved, hey, we're big guys. That's cool. We can stay on the court with you. We can block your shots at the rim. We can switch. We can hang on defense and punish you on offense and punish you on the glass. Go small all you want. We're big and we're skilled. And Morant is the superstar who drives everything, but this team is deep. And they're just super adaptable. Who comes in, who goes out, they don't care. They're going to win, and they're going to talk trash in your face. They are the best story in the NBA right now.
Underestimate the Grizzlies. Underestimate the Grizzlies at your peril, though, Perk. Zach, please don't go anywhere because I have much more for you later on in the show, but I don't want to let much time go by without talking about Klay Thompson because he played in his second game of the season, 14 points on 5 of 13 shooting. So thoughts on Klay's first road game, Richard?
Look, I know he's got 4 more months left to go in this regular season. So everything to me is just a tune-up. Klay Thompson is a guy that he can break any NBA record, especially if it involves shooting or scoring. But for him, they want to win championships. Klay's like, oh, wait till I get back. Klay's not talking about, in the regular season. He believes that once they get back, he gets his legs underneath him. He's got a couple of months to get hits, get some bumps and bruises. Then he will be playing his best basketball. So I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's in the road game. But I'm not judging his numbers, stats until they get to the post.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It don't matter about making missed shots with him. To me, he looks healthy.
Yes.
He looks healthy. The way that he's attacking the basket, the way that he's moving on the defensive end, his lateral movement. And you already know, I was a lot different coming off an injury. It took me a while. But far as with Klay, being able to come back and keep up with the NBA pace. Like, the way that the NBA pace is, getting up and down the floor, he doesn't look out of shape. He still looks in great rhythm. And, the flow is there. So, it's going to take a little time for him to get his shot, where he's putting up them historical numbers. But, he's right there.
Figure out his shot, figure out the rotation, trying to kind of move all of these things around Klay Thompson and presumably James Wiseman if and when he comes back. So these are going to be 2 fun teams to continue to watch. I am. So Memphis is off tonight, but they have a home back-to-back tomorrow versus Minnesota and then Friday against Dallas, which you can see right here on ESPN. But during their franchise best streak, the Grizzlies' 10-game winning streak, Ja Morant is averaging 28 points per game. So we have to take a look at what he does. Look, it's incredible. It's impressive. So the Sixers, we need to stick in the East. They have won 7 games straight behind Joel Embiid, who has just been on absolute fire. And then we also have to take a look at the Mavs. They've won 6 straight games. So we have a lot of streaks that are alive and well in the NBA right now. We're mentioning streaks. We're talking about streaks. We mentioned the 76ers. We're now joined by senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski. And Woj, since we mentioned the Sixers and the winning streak they're on, we can't talk about the Sixers without also checking in on Ben Simmons. So what's the latest there?
Malika, you talk to some teams who've continued to be engaged with the Sixers on Ben Simmons over the months. They'll tell you that Philly's asking price has even gotten steeper. That there would be a thought that, as you got closer to the deadline, they start to come back down to earth with what they're asking for. That's not been the case. And so I think it's showing that Philadelphia remains, determined to try to get, a difference maker back for him. Listen, they would love to have Jaylen Brown from the Celtics. Boston has made it clear to Philly. I think the other teams around the league who've called, they are not splitting up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Right.
So Boston's packages of Marcus Smart and some of those, any of your pick of young players in Boston, that's not getting it done for a player of Ben Simmons' caliber. And listen, Philly's going, I really believe they're willing to take this to the NBA draft and to the summer. We still have a month till the trade deadline, but I think they're feeling, and I think what you still have in Philly is alignment with ownership, with management, that if we can't get back a team here or the pieces that allow us to be a championship contender, there's no point in doing it. And so if we're going to eventually give in on a deal we don't love, we're not doing it now.
They seem willing to wait, and we will wait with them, and you will be all over it, Woj. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you stopping by NBA Today. We still have